Hey guys, what's going on this morning? I had a kind of a rough night and I was unable to really get good and prepped for this, so I'm going to prep now while we talk. I would chit chat. So kind of, that wasn't really the weather. I mean, the weather cleared off pretty well, but I ended up having trouble getting to sleep. And well, when that happens, all I can do is just go to work and keep myself doing something, because I've got enough to do. I don't have time to sit around. But it is what it is. You're free from quarantine now. Yay! You can actually do stuff. I don't know what stuff, but you can do stuff. There. I'm finding that my cutting job this morning was horrible. Hang on just a second. Let me get this couple of flip inserts here chopped because they're too large. Hang on. There we go, got that taken care of. It's going to be just a little while before I can really get started, but we can chit chat up until then. I got my office closet done at an expense that's way higher than any sane person would ever think to spend on a closet. Most of it was those little triangle bracket things that you hold a shelf up with. Good God, I think I bought close to 100 of those things. In fact, it was, let's see, 8 times 5 is 40, and then 6 to 4 is 4, and then another 44, 40 and 44 is 84. About 84 of them. That's way more than most people would ever need. I'd have trouble selling them at $1 a piece at a yard sale. But now that I know their value, I'm going to be a hoarder. I'm going to buy all I ever find, because those things are super expensive for what they are. A little bent piece of metal for $4. 260 I did not do. 260 will be coming up later today. 260 I did not get done last night because of the stormy weather, and then I did not get up in time to do them this morning because it was scheduled at 8:30 this morning and I went to bed at 4:45, so I had to have another couple of hours rest. I just got up like, I don't know, an hour ago, and I'm still kind of dragging around, a little groggy this morning, but I'm sure you guys will wake me up. These coins will wake me up. We've got a 61D roll to do today. 61D is one of those years that you just get a lot of nice exciting RPMs in, so we have our chance of finding a D over horizontal D this morning. We have a chance possibly finding very high grade coins. 1961D is over a $600 coin in 67. In fact, I think it's close to $1,000. Maybe gone down just a little bit, but it's still way up there. And so we are going to indulge ourselves in looking through a beautiful roll of 1961 D Lincoln cents that have been put away for a number of years. You guys can hear me, can't you? I'm not talking to myself, am I? I hope you guys can hear me. If you can't hear me, I gotta go back through this and do this all over again. Okay, you do hear me. Great, because it's never as good the second time around. First time spoken straight from the gut, I know exactly what I'm saying. Second time around, I'm trying to replicate what I said before and don't remember it, so it makes it hard to do. Okay, I'm finished stuffing the inserts now. I've got to put names in them and get these names in there. I got all 50 names ready to go. I just got to get them in there. And like usual, when I'm tired or when I'm in a hurry or both, it never goes as well as planned. Like the time I ended up grabbing 2 names, put it inside of 1 flip. Didn't know why I only had 49 names when I know very well I cut 50. Took me a while to figure that one out. I figured, well, there's nothing on the floor. I must have 2 names in 1 holder. Took me a while to find them. They were in number 24. Don't ask me what I do when I run into a situation like that, because it would not be allowed for family viewing. I would have some choice words. It's 10 o'clock, 10:09 here on the Atlantic coast of Florida. I'm no longer on the Atlantic coast of Florida. I'm almost on the Atlantic coast of North Carolina. I've actually decided this is home. I like living here. This is nice. It's got nothing to do with anything but just that it's a comfortable place, and everything's kind of spread out and small, and I kind of like it that way. Not tripping over each other anyway. Of course, that's here specifically. If I was 30 miles north of here, I'd probably think something completely different. Like when I lived in Cary, I didn't really like the surroundings that much because it was too city. There's too much stuff going on. Too many people around. So, how you doing, Texas Joe? I got started just a little bit late this morning, so I'm still stuffing the flip inserts. I'm still getting myself prepared for the reveal that we're going to be doing here in a little while. So sit tight, grab yourself a cup of joe, enjoy the stories. So here over the next few weeks, I'm going to kind of sort things out and change things up around here a little bit. I think I'm going to be passing more of the auction items over to Jessica, and I am going to be working with another inventory that I will be bringing into my inventory. You probably never noticed the difference, except that this more than doubles what I have. So it's going to be a very large group of rolls, both circulated and uncirculated. There will be a lot of bulk coins, bulk Lincoln cents, such as early and late wheats all mixed together, unsearched stuff, never ever been looked at for any kind of variety. I looked through a bag of it and ran into a few nice early Mi'kmaq coins and thought, well, okay, this is something I can do. I can deal with this. So we're going to have a whole lot of that kind of stuff. And it's going to be coming up in the next couple of months as we cruise along. I've got a whole lot of reveal coins that I would like to process, get finished, and add back to. So I really enjoy doing reveals, and I know a lot of you guys enjoy these as well. And so I want to create what the people want. And, well, be good doing it. Alright, here we go. Got it all together. Almost everything. Get my keyboard out of the way. Get my roll out. This is not a plastic tubed roll. This is an original machine wrapped roll. But it is a 1961D. And it's likely to have goodies in it. 61D doesn't very often come without any goodies. Speaking of goodies, how about that roll last night, that 57D roll? Man, That sucker came out ready to go. Got 46 out of 50 coins were die varieties. 45 out of that 46 were RPMs, and the last one was a doubled eyelid. Man, this thing's being tough to get open. It's like, really? Seriously? Just open, okay? I guess they didn't mean for you not to destroy the paper when you open the roll. But that's just not me. I love destroying stuff. Okay, here we go. Coffee off to the other side. Boy, do I ever have to have coffee this morning, man. It's been a rough day so far. Coin number one. Coin number one will go to Jim Fletcher. And this is coin number one. Not going to bother looking at the reverses on these this morning. 1961D is definitely not known for any double die reverses, so whatever we don't find on the obverse, there's probably nothing there, just like on this coin. Happens to be nothing going on. 1961D is known for having really nice RPMs, the nicest of which I think is the RPM number 1 D over horizontal D. Those typically sell for $15 to $20. Nice coins. I have found them in rolls before, but not very commonly. They're kind of scarce. Kind of tough to run by. Okay. Was it a gouge or a badly doubled eye on the first one? Okay, I want to go back and take a look at it. There's nothing else going on this one. This is coin number 2 here, so I'm going to go ahead and put coin number 2 away and get coin number 1 back out. This is coin number 1 again. A gouge or a badly doubled eye? I don't see either one. Uh, 61D has about 100 different RPMs. It's the 1960D that's well over 200. I mean. Oh, not badly doubled eye, baby doubled eye. I need to be wearing thicker glasses, I guess. It's really kind of neither one, so I'm just going to keep moving. Coin number 3 for Jeff Dunn. Jeff Dunn. Oof. This is a bad sign, folks. Three coins into the roll with absolutely nothing to show for it. Here's coin number 4. Wanda. Not a thing. Rolls like this make me yawn. It's horrible sometimes. We've had such a good streak on 61D. I thought this roll would be great. Day 6 of a roll and a half of all 1959 DRPMs. I think I'm going to get that experience when I get into these 57s. Did a 57D roll last night. Almost all of them were RPMs. Not seeing anything there. Now, coin number 7, Jim Fletcher. Jim Fletcher. Coin, number 7. Jim Fletcher. That was Mickey Mantle's baseball jersey number 7. How many of you knew that? Of course, if you're in any way a sports fanatic, you'll definitely know his number. Here's number 8, Joe McBride. Number 8, I believe Brooks Robinson was number 8. It shows my age. I think Brooks Robinson was number 8. He played for Baltimore I think his entire career, actually. Yeah, he did. He played for Baltimore his entire career. Adam Connor. Batting right and playing left field for the Copper Coins home team, number 9, Adam Connor. Oh, Brooks Robinson was number 5. Okay. So was George Brett. So there's my recovery. Orig, number 10. Coin number 10. Were there any really famous quarterbacks with a jersey number of 10? Eli Manning, but he's not really. I guess he might be famous. His brothers are more famous than he is. So anyone other than Eli Manning, number 10. Fran Tarkenton, okay. Oh, Vikings guy. Way back in the day. Wait a minute, wasn't Jim Kelly, wasn't he also number 10? Jim Kelly of the Buffalo Bills. I'm looking above the L. I'm not seeing enough there to call the shot on that one. Jim Kelly was number 12. Okay. Well, then this will be the Jim Kelly coin. Number 12. There's a lot of number 12s, though. A lot of number 12s that were better than Jim Kelly. Sorry, Jim. So, like, number 12 was Roger Staubach, Terry Bradshaw. That's interesting. That's a big old die chip going on the shoulder there. Let's see, who else was number 12? Wasn't Kenny Stabler? No, Kenny Stabler wasn't number 12. I don't think. There's number 13. Lucky number 13. Let's see what happens here. Gosh, nothing again. I told the guy at the grocery store I wanted a roll full of RPMs, and this is what I get. Stabler was number 12. Okay. Number 14. Kind of sad. The only 14 jersey I can remember right now, right off the bat, is that, who's that current guy with the beard who plays for a team, then moves to another one, then plays for them, then moves to another one, and his last name starts with an F. Fitzgerald. That's his name. He wears number 14. Or at least he did when he played for the Jets, which who knows when that was. He's played for the Jets. He's played for Tampa Bay. He's played, I think, for the Dolphins. He's played for a few different teams. He played for the Texans for a while too, I think. Fitzpatrick, that's right, not Fitzgerald. Toy. We got nothing going on in this roll. My gosh, really? 61D, I don't always expect to find something great in it, but I do expect to find something in almost every roll. And so far we've drawn a total blank here. Now what happened here? 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I've got some flip inserts out of order here. There's 15, 19, 16, 17, 18. Okay, I know what's happened. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 30. Okay, I just got a couple of them out of order. That's all. Number 16 goes to Sissy Atwell. And nothing on this one either. (1961) is one of those years which is known for having a master die, doubled die. Now what a master die, doubled die is when the design is first transferred over to the first stage of creating dies, which is the master die. Well, you get a master hub, then you get a master die. But the master dies generally make a lot of working hubs, and those make a lot of working dies. So you have a large number of dies that'll have the same thing on it. If the master die has it, then a lot of the other dies are going to have it. And I'll show you an example of the 1961 master die doubling as soon as I find one. There should be one in this roll somewhere. They're actually pretty common. I don't have any premium value for that reason, because they are common. These coins don't seem to have it. It's about half of them, a little more than half of them were minted with this master die doubling. Has a little bit of thin doubling above the G and the O of God, and it has a very minute thin doubling on the left edge of the letters of Liberty. In earlier die state, if you get a relatively fresh die, it's very noticeable. Later die state dies, it becomes less noticeable, yet usually still is. Not always. Joe Montana played number 16. That's right. But he also played what number for the Kansas City Chiefs in his last year in football before retiring? He had a different jersey number. He was no longer number 16. There it was. I think it was 19. Texas Joe got it right. 19 or 13. I think it was 19. When he beat the Oilers. Wow. That goes back. The Oilers, of course, moved to Tennessee and became the Tennessee Titans. That was in 2004. Is that right? Either way, it was a long time ago. Two best quarterbacks with number 10? Okay. Yeah, you're probably right. Got that. Number 22. Number 22. A famous number of a couple of running backs. One of them, Emmitt Smith. Just skipped Deion Sanders' number. He was number 21. We're out of the quarterback numbers anyway. Bill Crescent gets coin number 23. This is coin number 23. Wow, we're going to run completely skunk dry on a 61D roll. Well, that's unusual. Coin number 24. Doug Walters. Who else was number 24? Was that Steve Garvey? If I remember correctly, wasn't that Steve Garvey was number 24? Maybe not, but that's what was going through my head anyway. So I thought it was Steve Garvey, number 24. Here's Eric Beyer. Not seeing that machine doubling master die doubling I was talking about. I may not be able to show it to you in this particular roll. Sometimes it just doesn't show up on later die state coins. Steve Garvey was number 6. Huh. Somebody else was number 20. Oh, you know, that I think that was Ron Say. I think Ron Say was number 24. Argue with me on that one, huh? A lot of people don't even know who Ron Say was. Willie Mays was 24. Say hey, Willie. Yeah, we're starting to kind of lose a little bit of audience on this particular roll because it's turning out to be a dud. So I don't like doing these dud rolls, but it is what it is. And once in a while, actually recently more commonly than not, we're running into a bunch of rolls that don't have much of anything in them. And then we run into a spectacular roll. So I mean, I really don't have any crystal ball on this. There we go. There's a nice RPM for you right there. Bam, baby. Warman was number 1. Scoot this one off to the side, definitely. This one belongs to Mr. Marshall. It's going to be our first RPM of the roll. Now, number 29, Eric Beyer. Did I just call Eric? No, that was Marshall. Okay. My brain isn't screwed on straight. Here's another one. Another one, same die. That's number 29. Now number 30, Jim Fletcher. Jim Fletcher up next. Not an RPM. That little thing on the end of the 6 is part of a master doubling, I do believe. But it may not be the same one that affects the motto up above. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, got it. My brain's playing tricks on me. Jeff Dunn gets coin number 31. 31. So I started practicing my voicemail message again the other day when I was on the road. I was bored and I decided, I think I'm just going to do that again. I started playing around with the idea of putting that old voicemail message back on my phone. 32. 32. Jersey number 32. Who on the Steelers had 32? Somebody did. Jim Brown was 32. O.J. Simpson, that's right. O.J. Simpson was number 32. That's correct. There's number 33 for Wanda. Wanda. That's right. It was Franco Harris. One of the best ever on that team. I'll tell you what. I'm wearing a Steelers shirt right now. You noticed that. Went in the dark closet this morning, pulled out a shirt that felt good, and it was my Steelers shirt. Didn't know what I was wearing until I went back in the bathroom and turned the light on. I take a look at it reverse here once in a while, just to see what's going on. That's right. We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents. Good man. Who's the good man? Bill Crescent. Hey, sissy. You out truckity-trucking? Moving on down the line? Breaker, breaker, y'all sheepdog. What's your 1019? Oh, I'm at the choking puke. Out here on Route 74. You know what? If you're running into Franco Harris, you're likely not to make it through him. Just go around. You're in Des Moines? Travel up north a little bit, did you? They got snowy weather there. I know they're probably going to be forecasting snowy weather there in the next few days or tomorrow or something, because Sunday morning, Sunday, we're expecting the possibility of a wet snowflake here. Jim Fletcher, number 37. Yeah, sissy, why don't you go see Jess? You leave Des Moines going east, and if you turn the wrong direction, you end up in the middle of nowhere at Brady's house. But generally, you'll end up finding your way. If you just keep following the stink of the river, you'll get closer and closer. Yeah, if you hit Davenport, you have to go south. Actually, if you hit everything except Missouri, you have to go south. Omaha reminds me of a good football player there. Omaha. Somebody uses the term Omaha in their football plays. Who was that coined that little bit of phraseology into calling a play in football? You use the name Omaha to signify something that is important about the play because it's used quite frequently. That would be Peyton Manning. uses Omaha. Who very often calls their shots using the words green 18? Green 18, green 18. Little die chip there on the left side of the base. That's right. That's your Aaron Rodgers. My name's Matt Foley, and I'm a motivational speaker. Mom, you come right around here and sit down. Dad, we don't need you. $41. That was 41. Now number 42. 42 goes to Bulldog. And so we run into a couple of RPMs in the roll, and then otherwise we're just basically skunk out. There's another one of the RPMs right there. It's not much, but it is there. Just nothing else here for us to get excited about. Maybe that'll change when we get to the next roll. Next roll is going to be at 11:30. At 11:30, we'll be opening that original Batdorf roll of 1964D Lincoln Cents. I'm really excited about that one because there's at least some possibility, some small possibility, that we could run into some very high-grade coins in there. If it does turn out that they're very high-grade coins, those things could be very valuable. Highly valuable coins. Can anyone pick my favorite number? I'm sure I've said it before, what my favorite number is. Hey, yo, man. Well, you are a spoiler alert. For sure. Alan, I think I'll be doing that 45S roll after the auction this evening because I've got to have that auction at 7 p.m. Then that'll last until probably 8:30, and then I'll probably do that 45S roll immediately following the auction. Saturday Night Live. That's right. I loved that show. Back when it was good. I've had just a few like favorite character players in that show over the years. I kind of liked John Belushi when he was on it. And I always liked it when they put Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi together because they were always really funny. But Jane Curtin had her way of being pretty funny too. Over the years, I ran into a few different characters that I thought were pretty good. Joe Pesci did a good character. So did Eddie Murphy. And probably one of the best was Chris Farley. He was one of the best they ever had. I don't really actually even know the current. I mean, I know Keenan Williams, but I don't know most of the current characters on Saturday Night Live because I gave up on watching it a few years back. I mean, yeah, it just wasn't really worth watching there for a number of years. We didn't end up actually getting a storm last night. It came through and kind of the wind blew around a bit, but the lightning had stopped. And actually, by the time it got here, it had split and moved a little further south. And we just got a little sprinkle of rain out of it, and that was it. Alright, folks, Bill Cresson gets coin number 50, last coin in the roll. Let's see if it's an RPM, and it is not. This was pretty much a dud roll, but you can't know that until you go through them because, well, even crisp original rolls that haven't seen the light of day since 1961 can come up with nothing in them. That's just the way the nature of the beast is. So there are the normal coins out of this. There are 47 of them. There are 3 die varieties. All 3 of them are RPMs, and they turn out to be numbers. Flip it around so everybody can read it. There we go. Number 42, number 29, number 28. They belong to Marshall, Eric, and Bulldog. So I'll get to these at some point in the relatively near future. Join me back here at 11:30 for the next show. I'll be running these shows most of the day today, so everybody's going to have the time that they can come by. Come on by and say hi later on, and we'll spend time together again. This is going to be coming up at 11:30. You guys have a great morning otherwise, and I'll talk to you later.